Hi everyone! So today we are going to talk about another important step in your express entry process, that is IELTS.
We are going to let you all know all about IELTS and why IELTS is such an important step in the Canada PR process, frequently asked questions about IELTS, and at the end of the video we are going to share with you all some cool tips and tricks about IELTS.
IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System, which is offered by the Cambridge University. And when it comes to the examination, there are two types, which are the general examination and the academic examination. So for immigration purposes, you will have to take the general IELTS examination. And once you do the exam, the result is valid for 2 years.
So guys, there are 4 categories in IELTS. They are listening, reading, writing and speaking.
If you can get the golden score of IELTS, which is 7778, then you can add a huge amount of marks to your CRS score, and then you will have a high chance of getting selected to get the Canadian PR.
The golden score means you need to get 7 for writing, 7 for speaking, 7 for reading and 8 for listening. And later in the video, we are going to show you how this becomes a golden score and how it is impacting your CRS score through the Canadian language benchmark, which is called CLB.
So there are 2 ways you can take on the IELTS examination. The first method is the paper-based examination and the second method is the computer-based examination. So now we'll move on to the next part of our video, which is the frequently asked questions and the answers for them.
I'm sure this is a big question for all of y'all, whether IDP is better or British Council is better, because some people say IDP is better, some people say British Council is better. Actually, there is no difference because the paper is being made by the Cambridge University and IDP and British Council are just test centers. So you can go there and do the test. If you do the test well, wherever the place it is, you can get a good result.
Paper-based or computer-based? Actually, there are pros and cons in both of these methods. So we'll discuss with you all what are these pros and cons are. Then you can analyze yourselves, your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you all can decide which method you all are going to choose.
So whatever the method you select, whether it's paper-based or computer-based, the speaking examination is going to be the same and only the other 3 parts are going to differ. So if you're not familiar with the computer or if your typing speed is low, it is better you choose the paper-based examination because that will be more relaxing for you and it will be easy for you.
So on the other hand, if you have a good typing speed, then you can select the computer-based system. And also, if your handwriting is not good, if you think that it's not neat and it's not legible, then you can select the computer-based method as well. And also, when you are typing in the computer-based method, they will give you the word count automatically. So you don't have to keep on counting how much words you have written for the exam.
Also in the reading examination, you will get a split screen where your questions will be on one side and the paragraph will be on the other side. So it's really easy and faster for you because you will not have to turn pages and it will save you a lot of time. Another advantage in computer-based is that you get the results faster. We got our results within a week, but generally if you do the paper-based exam, it will take about 2 weeks for you to get the results.
Unfortunately, you will have to do the whole exam again and you will have to pay the full amount for the whole exam.
So you guys can either apply online or you can visit IDP or British Council and apply. All you need is your passport and your means of payment and you can just go and apply.
If you are not satisfied with your results, you will have to submit an inquiry on results form within 6 weeks of the test date. So there may be inquiry charges you will have to pay and they will refund that only if your result is being revised.
Your accent doesn't really matter because what they look is the content of what you speak, not your accent.
It's in your hands. Whenever you're ready, you can go and resit for the examination.
So guys, that's the end of the FAQ session. So now we are going to show you how your IELTS score is reflected on the Canadian language benchmark, the CLB. So check this out. Okay guys, you are looking at this table from the Canadian government website, and the link to the table is also included in the description below. What you can see here is CLB level 9, which is our golden score. That is 7 for speaking, 7 for writing, 7 for reading, and 8 for listening. So that is your target to get CLB 9 at least. Now let's see how CLB 9 or above will help you to get a higher CRS score. Before moving on to this, you guys might want to check our video on the CRS tool. So click on the link appearing on screen now. So what you see on screen is CRS category C, which is Skill Transferability Factors. Due to the current competition, you have to get the maximum points available in this category, 100 points. So there are ways to get it is from your education. Say if you have a good language proficiency score with a good education, you can get about 25 or 50. Then the second option is with Canadian work experience and a good education. And the third option is foreign work experience with good English language qualification. And the fourth is foreign experience with Canadian work experience. Now, as you can realize, if you have never been to Canada, the option number 1 and option number 3 are the most suitable for you. So you have to make sure that you get 100 points using option number 1 and option number 3. So in option number 1, education, for you to get 50 points, as you may see, you need CLB 9. So if you can get CLB 9, you can get 50 points by having a good education. And then again at section 3 for foreign experience, if you have CLB 9 with a good 3 years experience, then again you can grab yourself another 50 points. So CLB 9 will give you 50 points, whereas CLB 7 will give you only 25. So you can see you can score 100 points by having CLB 9, which is why it is the golden score of IELTS. Guys, tip number 1 is when you're doing the speaking examination, I know it will be really nervous and you will feel a lot of nerves in you, but just make sure you relax and go to the examinations without thinking that it is an examination. Feel free to talk like you're talking to a friend, because anyway the examination is going to be about general day-to-day questions, and the examiner is going to ask you questions like a recent gift that you got, a trip you went, or what you do as a living, what time do you prefer to work, and those kinds of day-to-day questions. So just speak to the examiner as a friend, and you just make sure you use a lot of words. Don't repeat the same word, use new words that you know, and relax yourself. Then a lot of new ideas will be coming into your head, and you will be talking really freely. So that's our tip number 1.
So the tip number 2 is with regards to the writing test. When you're doing the writing test, you will have to be more considerate about the grammar, punctuation and spellings. So it's better before you go for the examination if you can practice your spellings at home. And if you can at least write 2 essays per day before the examination, then you will feel more confident and you have the opportunity to gain more marks or to add more marks for your writing paper.
Also, when you're writing, make sure you write both the questions, your essay and your letter, because both carry a lot of marks and you need to get as much as marks as possible. And by writing one so perfectly and not writing the other one will not do any good to you. Also, when you are writing, before you start, just make sure you do a little sketch, write synonyms of the topic words that you are going to write about, because it will help you to structure your essay perfectly, because structure is very important in your essay or the letter. So when you start by doing a little sketch with the words that you're going to use, it will help you loads. So that's a good thing that you should be doing. Guys, tip number 3 is about your reading. So when you are doing the reading, most probably all of your 40 questions answers will be from the passage itself. So do not make any spelling mistakes, because you can get the words from the passage itself, and make sure you don't miss any letter. Just write everything accurately, because they are just there for you. And also in the reading, just make sure you read the questions and then move on to the passage. Read the question and then move on to the passage, because that will save you a lot of time. Even if it's a big passage, make sure you read a few questions and read the first section of the passage, then the next few questions, and go back to the passage. So doing that, it will help you save a lot of time.
The last tip, and the tip number 4, is when you register at the British Council or IDP, you will be getting a practice book with them. So make sure to practice that book, because that helps you a lot. And also you can watch some videos on YouTube, or there are plenty of materials you can download from the websites. So please download, watch the videos and practice. Keep on practicing, because practice makes you perfect.
So guys, hope you learned a lot today from our video, and if you still have further questions, feel free to comment on the comment section below. We are happy to respond to all of your comments.
Yes, and if you like our video, please give a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel, because we will be making loads of videos that will be important to you when it comes to the express entry process. So hope to see you again in our next video. Until then, bye bye.